Hi guys, I'm Adrian, and I wanted to talk today about connecting in and these kind of intuitive superpowers that are beginning to unlock for a lot of people right now. And this is something that I really love playing with for myself and with clients and in any way possible. So I may, share more of my journey personally in another video, and I certainly write about it on my website. But what I really want to talk about today is what's beginning to unfold for a lot of people. It's almost like the energies are getting much more powerful. The veil is getting thinner. We're beginning to access things that maybe we haven't accessed in years or since we were children. And so, one of the reasons that I'm feeling prompted to talk about this is because I'll have, friends, people I know in life, emailing me and asking me, like, okay, I feel like I'm beginning to have this information, or I feel like I'm hearing voices. Am I crazy? And so I just really want to affirm for you that if you feel like you're receiving information that doesn't have a whole lot of logical basis, maybe you're hearing it because some people hear the information. Maybe it's a deep knowing. Maybe you're feeling it. Maybe your body is giving you information and you're trying to learn how to decipher what that information is telling you. There are so many ways that this information can come through. Some people will have visions. I've had visions of my children. I don't have any children yet, presumably. I mean, I know that. That's not a thing. You know what I mean? And I've had visions of clients' children. And so, for some people, it comes through as sight. They'll see things and actually wonder if they're crazy because the way that we're taught, the way that our culture has kind of unfolded is that this stuff tends to be shoved under the rug or not acknowledged. And so I just really want to affirm that you aren't crazy. If you're receiving something and you don't know what to do with it, you don't know where it's coming from, you can't logically prove it, don't worry about it. The best way I know to kind of ascertain whether information that's coming through is something I should listen to, something I should pay attention to, is how it feels. So if something feels good, if something feels peaceful, like maybe you ask a question about your life, maybe about a relationship or a job or something that feels like it has a lot of weight in your personal life, and you don't love the answer that comes through, but it feels peaceful, then that's something to pay attention to. So we all have access to this universal flow of information. I tend to call it divine information because we are all our own unique sparks of the divine. We are all the divine expressing itself in human form. And so we all have access to that universal well of love, of information, of creativity, of guidance. And some people think of it as talking to God. Some people think of it as receiving information from the universe. Some people think of it as talking to their guides, their angels, their higher self. It really ultimately doesn't matter how you think of it or what information lands for you. We're all kind of tapping into the same place. And so, whether you call it Jesus or Buddha or God or your higher self, your soul, the universe, it really is, that's just how we personally in our own human lives best connect with the information. And so really it's simply about opening your energy and your heart and asking yourself, okay, does this feel good? Does this feel true? Does this feel peaceful? Because you are ultimately the best decider for you of what is true for you, what information you choose to accept into your own space. And so this goes with anything I ever say, anything anyone on YouTube ever says, anything a teacher, a parent, a loved one, a book, anything that is ever said. You are the ultimate decider of whether or not it's true for you. So feeling into it and really kind of learning your own language of feelings and your own understanding of what's true and what feels right to you is the best way to begin to really play with this information that comes through for you in whatever way it does. You know, some people write, you know, some people really kind of start channeling the universe by writing. That was how I started, actually. You know, many writers discover that they can write themselves to answers or peace simply by, you know, sitting down and letting it pour out. Musicians do the same thing, artists do the same thing, teachers, you know, we're all just kind of tapping into this space and seeing what comes through. And so the best way I know to play with it is to simply ask, you know, please show me how to use this. Please show me what's true. Please show me. And you can think about, you know, you're asking your subconscious, you're asking your higher self, you're asking your guides, God, the universe, again, doesn't matter. It's just asking the question is very powerful, because if you ask a question, the answer is always available to you. The answer is already there for you. It's simply about when it's going to kind of make its way into your experience. And so just, you know, just keep asking, how can I tune in? How can I receive the guidance that's here for me? How can I, you know, follow what is being laid out in front of me? And of course, we always have choice. There's never a right choice. There's never a wrong choice. You know, if you're thinking about, all right, am I supposed to be with this person or that person? You just choose whatever feels good. You choose where the energy is leading you. You choose whatever you want, and that is going to be the perfect unfolding of your path. So we don't have to fret much, you know, not nearly as much as I tend to fret about these things. I fret a lot. And if anything is going to fuzz out the connection and the information, it's the fretting. I've learned this the long and hard way. But if you allow your heart to step forward and your brain to step back, then you'll start finding yourself in that more regular flow of information, of guidance, of wisdom, of energy, you know, and energy is something we can all use and play with. And it's so exciting and powerful because we really can heal ourselves. We can heal our emotions. We can heal our thoughts. We can heal our bodies. You know, and this is something we're just beginning to tap into again as kind of as a race. And we're just beginning to realize how powerful we are and how much we can do to help ourselves through this life in a way that is fun and exciting and energetically freaking delightful. So I'm just seeing, is this what I wanted to talk about? Do I have anything else to say in this particular video? I don't want to make any of these too long. But if anything I've said today really pings you and you'd like to talk more about that, feel free to leave a comment and I'd be happy to make future videos about this. I think ultimately this one is just to say that, you know, you can trust yourself. You can trust the information that comes through you. And of course, yes, you know, use discernment in whatever way feels right to you. You don't ever have to accept anything that doesn't feel good energetically, informationally, emotionally. You know, your feelings are, you know, your feelings are how your soul guides you. Your feelings are how your body guides you. If something feels good, open, expansive, it's a good direction for you to go. If it feels closed off and icky, that's, you know, maybe not the thing you want to be diving into so much. But this is something we all have to learn for ourselves, because I can talk about it till doomsday, but it's something that you'll have to really tune in with your own heart, your own guidance, your own energy to see how this works for you. you know, because I can just share what works for me. And what works for others. But it's really, this is a process of self-awareness and learning learning our own internal landscape, learning the, you know, the GPS of our souls. And that's really, the feelings are the feelings are the directions. So as you follow your feelings and learn that language for yourself, you'll really begin to trust the information and the energy that comes through you, and trust yourself in a new way, which is really, really fun and exciting. And, you know, one thing I can say about diving into this rabbit hole is that it can get weird for sure, but it's a lot of fun. And the more you kind of play with the way information and energy shows up for you, whether it's, you know, whether you hear it, whether you see it, whether you feel it, whether you know it, as you play with the one that's most dominant for you, other ways will start to show up. You'll start getting information in new ways. New superpowers will begin unlocking, and that's really fun and really exciting. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to leave comments, and I can always make other videos about other things. So I hope this was helpful in some way. Please let me know if it is. And I love you all. Thanks for watching. And if I didn't say this before, I'm Amber Adrian, which you probably know from my channel. That's how these things work. But anyway, hi, nice to meet you.